All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Tennessee Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions that's happening this evening as part of the Tennessee Virtual College Fair, so certainly be sure to sign up for additional ones on the same site where you registered for this one. And also on that same site, you'll, in about a week's time, be able to find the recordings of this session and all other ones that take place as part of the program. I'd now like to turn it over to our presenters, and we'll get started in just a moment. Perfect, and we'll get started with Carson-Newman University.
Hi, everyone, I'll share my screen real quick. All right, hi, my name is Spencer Smith. I'm the Assistant Director of Freshman Admissions at Carson-Newman University. Carson-Newman is located in Jefferson City, so 30 minutes east of Knoxville. We have about 1,800 undergraduate students and 1,100 graduate students, with an average class size of only 15 students. Some notable programs at Carson-Newman. We have over 50 different majors to choose from. Our most popular are education, nursing, and business. Quick fact about each of those. Education this year had a 100% job placement rate, even in the middle of the pandemic, so we were really excited about that. Nursing last year was ranked the number 41 nursing program in the entire country for the NCLEX certification pass rate. And business just opened a brand new investment center where you can learn to buy and sell investments in real time. Carson-Newman has gone test optional this year for admission. So what that means is if you have a GPA of 2.75 or higher, you will not need to submit any test scores to be accepted to Carson-Newman. If you have between a 2.2 and a 2.75, you will need to submit some test scores for review. Your GPA will get you a merit scholarship. We'll talk about those in a second, but if you can submit test scores, they can get you a little bit more scholarship money. Our application is free. You can go to admissions.cn.edu/apply, or on our homepage, you can see right there, we just have the apply now button. It takes about 20 minutes and there's no essay. So even though Carson-Newman is a private institution, we do accept all federal and state aid, including the Pell Grant, the Tennessee Hope Scholarship, the Tennessee Promise Program, and more. If you have questions about that, drop them in the chat and I'll be glad to answer those here in a moment. So every accepted freshman to Carson-Newman receives a merit scholarship. If you're able to submit your transcript with your GPA, you'll be reviewed for between $6,000 and $10,000 every year. If you are able to submit an ACT or an SAT score by January 31st, you can be reviewed for up to $14,000 per year. We will super score those, so we'll take the best of every category no matter how many times you take. We do have some other scholarship programs here at Carson-Newman. And if you see one on here that sticks out, feel free to let me know. I will go over a couple of them. Feel free to drop any of those in the chat that I don't get to. The first one I want to mention is Eagles Engage. Eagles Engage is actually a community service scholarship that you can checkbox on your application if you're interested. You basically do about 10 hours of community service for an extra $1,000. We've also started back our CN Legacy Alumni Scholarship. So if one of your parents is an alumni of Carson-Newman, you're eligible for a scholarship there. We've also launched our Minister's Dependent Scholarship. So if either of your parents are a full-time minister, there's an extra scholarship available for you. Again, if you see any of those that I didn't mention that you want to know more about, drop a question in the Q&A. I'll be glad to answer. Now we get to talk about my favorite slide of the presentation, our free tuition program. 25% of our freshman class at Carson-Newman this year are not paying any tuition. It is all covered by scholarships and grants. Combination of federal aid, state aid, and Carson-Newman aid. However, there are three main requirements to be eligible for this program. One, you have to have a 0 expected family contribution on your FAFSA. You also have to be eligible for the Tennessee Hope, that's number 2. And third is just to file by that February deadline. If you do all three of those, if all three of those are met, your tuition will be covered at Carson-Newman. And as long as those don't change year to year, your tuition should be covered all 4 years. We do have one opportunity left to visit Carson-Newman this fall. We are doing some limited open houses with several health regulations in place for the safety of our students and our guests. We just had our October 17th showcase, and it was a lot of fun. We've got one more coming up. There are about 10 or 15 spots left. Like I said, those are pretty small. And then we are going to have 2 preview days in the spring on March 20th and April 10th. We also do very small tours every weekday at 2 p.m. You can sign up for those at cn.edu/visit. Also wanted to include the contact information for our office. So you can reach our admissions office at admitme@cn.edu. And then you can also call our main office at 865-471-3223. Thank you guys for listening to me. And if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A.
Great, thank you so much. And our next institution is Martin Methodist College.
Back arrow 3 times. See?
Sorry for had a little difficulty here with our slideshow, but get it going here. I'm Tyler Cox. I'm our vice president for enrollment here at Martin Methodist College. Very nice to meet you guys. As you'll see on your screen here, some of the views of our campus green. Probably the central part of campus for us. We're located in Pulaski, Tennessee. We're about an hour south of Nashville, 15 minutes north of the Alabama line. We house about 700 full-time day students here at Martin Methodist College. We are, institution that's very historic. We are celebrating our 150th year. So this is our sesquicentennial year. Some of the things that make us unique here at Martin Methodist is our small class sizes. We're a 13-to-1 student-teacher ratio. As a graduate of Martin Methodist, the personal attention that you're able to receive and that I was able to receive while in my undergrad is one of those things that we see a lot of value in. Some of the amenities that you have here at Martin Methodist is our indoor heated swimming pool, our volleyball court on campus, outdoor basketball court, Starbucks, the different types of opportunities for you to meet and greet and mingle with your classmates here on campus. Some of the exciting opportunities coming up here at Martin Methodist is the opportunity for us to join the University of Tennessee system. This is a once in a lifetime exciting merger opportunity for Martin Methodist to become the 4th institution in the state of Tennessee. So we're excited at this opportunity. If you guys visit mmc2ut.com, you can see the interview with President LaBranch here from Martin Methodist, as well as President Randy Boyd at the University of Tennessee. This timeline will be first part of the year. The Tennessee legislation will meet again, and we'll vote to hopefully pass this opportunity for us to, like I said, to join the 4th institution in the state of Tennessee as a state institution. A lot of the degree opportunities that we already offer will stay the same here at Martin Methodist. As you see on the screen, some of our larger majors are, nursing, business, criminal justice, education. We also offer master's degrees in both business and criminal justice here on campus. So we are also working towards a master's in education as well. So some more exciting opportunities to further your education after your bachelor's degree. Martin Methodist offers associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees. All of those come with, your one-on-one attention and opportunity to be in a small class setting for sure. So some of these big changes will potentially happen with the University of Tennessee merger with growth in the opportunities to offer a wider variety of degrees here at Martin Methodist. And as we learn more, like I said, you can visit the mmc2ut.com to find out up-to-date information about the possible merger opportunity. As you see on the screen, the process to be admitted here at Martin Methodist is detailed. So if you guys want to screenshot that, I would encourage you to do so. Applying online is free. You can do so at martinmethodist.edu. Go ahead and send in your transcripts and ACT is what we can do to go ahead and get you admitted and get you through the admissions process. We are a test optional institution. We ask if you are interested in the bypass of the ACT and/or SAT to reach out to your admissions counselor once you apply, so we can explain that process in greater detail to help you through this process. October 1st was the first opportunity for you to be able to submit the FAFSA for the fall 2021 academic year. On the screen, you can see our FAFSA code. Seeing your FAFSA is what will apply you for financial aid here in merit-based awards at Martin Methodist. So as we receive those FAFSAs, we'll communicate with you about the opportunities to receive that free scholarship money that everybody seeks and looks for. So Is the largest part of my job opportunity is to help students understand the financial side of college and make it a reasonable and affordable opportunity here at Martin Methodist. So I encourage you, if you have questions, to reach out about how a Martin Methodist education can be feasible for you. Athletics is a big part of our history here at Martin Methodist. We've got 9 national championships in a short amount of time as a 4-year institution. We compete in the NAIA. We recently just switched to the Mid-South Conference. Our athletic programs have had a lot of storied success. And for those of you that are interested in intercollegiate athletics, we have a lot of your traditional sports: baseball, softball, basketball, and then a lot of non-traditional sports. We have our clay target team. We have bowling, tennis. So a lot of other opportunities for you to be a student athlete here at Martin Methodist. The other side of athletics is our intramural sport opportunity. For those of you that may not be wanting to pursue intercollegiate athletics, but still have a passion for sports and participating, we have a very vast array of intramural sports that you could participate in. Those do have championship opportunities here on campus. It's a lot of bragging rights. It's definitely a lot of fun to be a part of the intramural program here on campus for sure. So if you're interested in pursuing athletics here at the college, we do encourage you to go ahead and fill out that application and list on your application the sport that you may be interested in pursuing. The opportunity to contact us is also listed on the screen here. You can set up for a campus visit to visit in person. You can visit virtually. We will offer tours Monday through Friday and then on appointment on Saturday, Sunday. So please let us know how we can make a tour accommodation for you. Our website and information is all listed under the admissions page at martinmethodist.edu. You can also visit goredhawks.com to keep up to date with all of our athletic information. Our mobile friendly app is something that's takes 10 to 15 minutes to complete. As I mentioned before, our application is free. So we do encourage you, as the first step of potential enrollment and inquiring, is to go ahead and fill out your online application. That way your admissions counselor can be a resource for you to help you with financial aid, transcript requests. If you were dual enrolled or had AP classes, we can explain how that process works as well. So if you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out, and we look forward to hearing and seeing you soon.
Thanks so much, Tyler. Our next institution is Lee University.
Hey everybody, I'm going to share my screen really quick. Alrighty, so my name is Rachel McCann and I am an admissions counselor here at Lee. Just to share a little bit about our campus, we were founded in 1918. We are a private Christian liberal arts university and we're located in Cleveland, Tennessee. Our enrollment is just right at 5,000 students, so we're definitely a good size as far as kind of being in the middle of the ground. You're definitely not going to feel like you know everybody at Lee, but the chances of you seeing a familiar face within your classes and within the dining hall is pretty high. And then outside of that, within that number of enrollment, we have 42 states that are represented along with 50 countries. So definitely a wide range of students that are represented within our student body as well. Within the culture of Lee University and kind of what life at Lee would look like, we are a Christian institution, and within that we do hold chapel services twice weekly on our campus with a few different options as far as styles for our students to attend. So we try to allow you to customize that as much as you're able to. Definitely a lot of different things to be able to get involved with. We have over 100 different clubs and organizations, and that is something that is super important to us here at Lee, is that you get involved and find where it is best for you to kind of get plugged in and different things like that. Something unique about Lee that I love being able to mention to prospective students is you are required to take a cross-cultural trip before you graduate. So if studying abroad is something that is important to you or something that you're interested in, that is definitely something that we promote on our campus as well. So we have over 60 different trips that go to 60 different countries. Our trips range from anywhere as far as length from 2 weeks long to a whole semester abroad. So definitely some opportunity there for travel and for studying abroad if that is something that interests you. Outside of that, service learning is something that's very important to us. It's integrated into a lot of your classes that you'll take here at Lee. All of our students are to complete 80 hours of service within our community here. And a lot of times, like I said, that's built into your classes. So you're able to kind of complete that as a group. And then just to touch on athletics a little bit, we are NCAA Division II within our athletics. And so that does allow us to give athletic scholarships within that as well. To touch on academics, we have 57 majors and 158 programs of study. So definitely a wide range of different things for you to be able to select from as far as your area of study. As far as what we see as our most popular majors and the biggest number of students that are coming to Lee are students within our business department, communications, psychology, nursing, and education. So we offer quite a few more than that, but those are our most popular majors and the majors that we see most of our students leaning toward. And our student to teacher ratio is right at 15:1. So most of your classes are going to be smaller in size. That allows you to still feel comfortable asking questions and being involved in the conversations that take place within your classes. Applying to Lee, we are working on a rolling admissions process at Lee. So basically what that means is there is no application deadline or anything like that to keep in mind. This also allows us to respond to applications as we receive them. So most of the time, once you submit our application, which is fully online at the website listed here, once you submit the application and then once you're able to get us your official SAT or ACT score, along with your high school transcript, it's usually about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and we're able to get a decision sent out to you in the mail. So usually it's a pretty quick process. If you are interested in applying to Lee, definitely go ahead and take a screenshot of this page or note it down really quick. The discount code is just Future Flame in all capital letters, no spaces, and that will waive our $25 application fee for you. Housing is kind of a crucial part of the culture here at Lee University. I would say we do require our freshmen to live on campus, even if they are from Tennessee. So we have a few different options as far as the dorm styles. We have community style dorms along with suite style dorms. And then once you're an upperclassman, you have the option to live in an apartment or a townhouse. As far as applying for housing, our housing application is fully online as well. And it is pretty simple, pretty straightforward as far as information. And it does require a $200 deposit to be submitted with your housing application, which is 100% refundable until you actually attend Lee. So no commitment within our application or within our housing application. When looking a little bit closer at numbers, as far as our tuition goes, our cost is right at $19,000 per year without your dorm room, without your meal plan, just a strict full-time tuition or a full-time student at Lee's tuition. And then we calculate that 28,000 number by using our full-time tuition cost in addition to the most expensive dorm room and the most expensive meal plan at Lee. So that is the very top it would ever be. Definitely don't think it's realistic for an incoming freshman. Most of the time you guys land somewhere between 26 and 27. And of course that is a sticker price without any financial aid consideration or things like that. With that being said, even though we are a private institution, we are able to accept any awards that you receive through your FAFSA as far as your Tennessee Hope, and then any federal aid in the form of grants and things like that. We are able to submit, or we are able to accept all of that. So we always encourage our students to submit their FAFSA along with make sure we are listed on there. Outside of that, we do offer a handful of merit-based scholarships. These particular scholarships are not competitive in the least bit. We don't have a cap on them or anything like that. As soon as you receive a certain test score, you receive the scholarship. So our first bracket is our Dean Scholarship. You'll see the requirements there starting at a 24 on your ACT or an 1160 on your SAT. And that will give you an award of $5,000 per year here at Lee. If you were to place in that second bracket, our Presidential Scholarship, that then bumps the 5,000 per year to 7,500 per year for you to, and it kind of just starts over at the beginning of all 4 of your years here at Lee. If you happen to place into that second bracket of our presidential scholarship, you then become eligible to apply for our Centennial Scholarship, which is one of our competitive scholarships, and it is an additional $5,000 on top of your 7,500 from presidential. Outside of that, we do have a handful of competitive scholarships that have to do with things other than your test score. So your GPA, any student involvement, any leadership roles you've held, those would be where you could cash in on some of those things. And those all open up in November, and you have until February to fill those out. And then we also have a handful of endowment scholarships that you're able to apply for as well. So definitely a good opportunity for some additional financial aid outside of you being able to cash in on your Tennessee Hope. Here's just some general information on how to contact us, the best email address for us along with phone number. We are doing campus visits right now. So definitely feel free to reach out if you would like to come visit us on campus or come to one of our preview days. We would be more than happy to have you guys.
Great, thank you so much. Just a reminder to all of our attendees to use the Q&A widget if you have any questions about the institutions you've been hearing about or general questions for any of our panelists. Up next, we have Belmont University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Mary Byers, and I'm one of the Assistant Directors of Admission, and I'm happy to share some information about Belmont with you tonight. We are a private Christian liberal arts university right in the middle of Nashville. If I can make my slides work, there we go. Nice aerial shot of the campus. We currently have about 8,200 total students, which includes everyone. That includes our graduate students and our non-traditional students and everyone represented on campus, with the undergraduate population right at about 6,600. And we think that that's a nice size because we're not itty bitty. I don't think our students ever hit that point where they start becoming frustrated and thinking, you know, oh my goodness, I know everyone on this campus. We're large enough where there's always going to be someone new to meet, but at the same time, we're still very blessed to be small enough so that the average class size is 19 students. And that definitely means that professors know who you are and where you're from and if you're in class or not, which we think is a good thing. About 90% of our classes will have fewer than 30 students, and about 50% of them will have fewer than 20. So you never have to worry about the gigantic auditorium style classroom setting with a mic'd professor up front. It just doesn't exist. It's not really what Belmont is all about. And we do not use teaching assistants or graduate assistants at all in the classroom. About 33% of our student body comes from the state of Tennessee, and the rest of our students come from every state and about 28 different countries. So it makes us a very residential campus and also means that it's a very, very active campus. We currently offer more than 100 different undergraduate programs of study. So there are lots and lots of different options for students in terms of their choice of major. The largest major on our campus is music business. The second largest area of study is nursing. Commercial music is our third largest major. Usually things like business, education, psychology, journalism, and audio engineering technology fall somewhere shortly after that. And one of the biggest common denominators for students that are somewhat drawn to Belmont is just that they really like the creative sensibilities of the campus. And they like knowing that they can say, you know, well, I'm going to major in political science, but I can still have a dance minor if I want to, or I can take as many private guitar lessons or photography classes, or just whatever it is that they might be really passionate about. And they like that they don't have to give up that side of themselves completely just because it doesn't perfectly match with what they've chosen to study. They appreciate that they're able to reconcile all the sides of their personality, and that's very doable at Belmont. One of our newest majors is a new BFA in architecture, and our newest big announcement, like literally as recently as this Thursday, big announcement, is that in the fall of 2023, Belmont will be starting a medical school in conjunction with HCA Healthcare. So that is brand new to us. We are very excited about that. We definitely think that one of the best things about our campus is our location and being right here in the middle of Nashville. We're sandwiched between some fun parts of town that our students really enjoy. 2 blocks down the hill from us is Hillsborough Village, and it's directly between our campus and Vanderbilt's. And then the other side of our campus abuts a neighborhood called 12th Avenue South, which is one of the most vital and popular parts of Nashville and something that our students spend a lot of their free time exploring. Again, I mentioned that we are a very residential, very active campus, mainly due to the fact that about 40% of our student body comes from 500 miles or more away from the city of Nashville. So because of that, we offer more than 160 different student organizations and clubs. And those range in anything from student honor societies to campus ministries organizations, to Greek life, to special interest clubs, to diversity organizations. If you can think of a type of club or organization, it is pretty likely that we have something to match that. Belmont is also a Division I university with 17 different athletic teams represented, and sports are a big part of campus life as well. Definitely want to spend some time on the application process. And at Belmont, we make things fairly easy. We work on rolling admissions, which just essentially means that the earlier you complete the application process, the earlier we're able to notify you of an admissions decision. We also do not utilize an early decision or early action process. But in addition to the, I'm getting ahead of myself. Students are welcome to apply using the online version of Belmont's application, and we also happily accept the common application. We truly don't have a preference at all. It's just whichever method you would rather work with. But in addition to the application, we will need an official copy of your transcript, your guidance counselor recommendation, and official ACT or SAT scores, though it is important to note that for the fall of 2021, Belmont will be test optional. The best piece of news is that your application for admission also serves as your application for all available academic and merit-based scholarships. There's not anything additional that students have to fill out or submit at all in order to be considered for those. The majority of our scholarships will come from what you'll hear us refer to as our general scholarship pool, and the amounts within that pool can range anywhere from $3,000 up to $10,000. For a student to get their foot in the door for about the $3,000 level, what we would usually want to see would be both a GPA and a test score at or above the university average. The higher both of those two things are above the university average, that just puts you in an even better position to receive an even nicer sized award. For students that apply as test optional, different components of their application, mainly things like their core GPA and the strength of their curriculum, would replace the role that would have traditionally been played by test scores. And about 2% of our entering freshmen will be selected for an award that is larger than $10,000. We award 5 presidential scholarships each year, which is our big full ride, and also 225 $15,000 faculty scholar awards. For those 2 level of awards, there is a December 1st priority deadline, and they are determined in mid-February. Of course, the second main avenue for financial assistance will be through the FAFSA, and you would just want to make sure that that is submitted by December 1st. Want to mention that Belmont has resumed in-person visits. We are offering those Monday through Saturday this fall. We do have to cap the number of guests that we have on campus each day due to COVID, so they are filling up fairly far in advance, about 2 to 3 weeks out in advance. So if you have a date or 2 in mind, go ahead and hop online and register for that, and we hope to see you on campus very soon. Thank you all so much for joining me today.
Great, thank you so much, Mary. And up next, we have Tennessee Tech University.
There we go. It's a little noisy here in the background. Hi, folks. I'm Ted McWilliams, one of the admissions counselors here at Tennessee Tech University. We're up here in Cookeville, Tennessee, right in between Nashville and Knoxville on I-40 and 111, known as the Hub City. We're a public 4-year college. Some of the attributes of Tennessee Tech, some of our metrics, we are one of the top ranked universities in the nation. Out of about the 2,500 that are out there, we're typically in the top 1%, about 145. 137 around in there. We have the highest average graduate starting salary of any public university in the state of Tennessee, starting about $55,200. Tech degrees give grads the highest early career salaries of all public universities of Tennessee, now of any public universities in Tennessee. I was out in the business world for about 28 years and have been blessed to come back to Tennessee Tech, a graduate of Tennessee Tech. I was able to meet my retirement goals at 50. Due to my tech education. And so I've been out in the business world a long time. I do know that Tennessee Tech has a very high standing amongst a lot of the businesses, corporations, and individuals who hire our graduates out there as well. We're second highest in mid-career pay, the 5 to 10 years out from from your graduation, and that's second only to Vanderbilt. If you haven't been to Tennessee Tech, we have a beautiful campus right here, 285 acres. I love the layout of our campus because out of 285 acres, all the academic buildings, all the residential halls are on the east side of campus, so it's never more than a 10-minute walk to any of your classes through a beautiful campus. About 80 different academic buildings, halls. We just opened up a brand new fitness center, 160,000 square feet of dedicated to student fitness and social activities as well. We are just finishing up our brand new science and biology lab building, largest building on campus, keep us on the cutting edge of technology in biology and chemistry and such. Our student faculty ratio is about 18-1. Average class size is about 26. We are a very, very sociable campus here. We have about 200, excuse me, I went too far, 200 different programs of study. We're very well known for engineering. About a third of our 10,000 students are engineering students, but we have different subjects, about 14 different core majors down through there. As you can see, agriculture, human ecology, arts and science, business, education. We're the largest provider of teachers in any public university or private university in the state of Tennessee. Interdisciplinary studies is all online. Of course, our Whitson Hester School of Nursing, one of the top ranked nursing schools in the Southeast. We have about a 99 to 100% hiring rate over the past 3 years for our nurses there, and a 98 to 99% state licensing pass rate on the first try. So a lot of different programs out there to study. We're ranked #1 in mechanical engineering in the state. We're #3 in the top 10 hidden gem engineering colleges of the U.S. So if you're looking at engineering, be sure to check out Tennessee Tech University. Technology infused programs, about 40% of our majors are geared towards technology and STEM. We've got some world-class professors, the majority of which are world-class professors are tenured. They bring a lot of experience from their different areas of careers and such back to the classroom, and really connect with the students on that. We allow freshmen to participate in research. We want you to get your hands on these engineering projects, nursing, business, whatever it is, from the get-go. We believe that experience is invaluable to the student be successful. And career-ready curriculum, one of our slogans is a real education for real people, for real careers. And you see that coming out of Tennessee Tech. The industries out there look at Tennessee Tech graduates as some of the best out there and pay them on the higher end of the salary spectrum. So a lot of really focused attention on the student success here while you're at Tennessee Tech. And I tell people, you can be a hermit if you want to at Tennessee Tech, but it's very difficult. We got about 220, I think was the last count, of social clubs out there as far as academics, hobbies, interests, sports, anything like that. And there's about another 60 or 70 that, they're not registered or anything. They just do their own thing. And if you don't find a club of like-minded people who share the same passions, we've got a single-page application. You can start your own. I had a gentleman do that about, I think it was about 8 months ago, start a hammock club. They'll hang their hammocks out every now and then, study, sleep, do all sorts of fun things as well. Multiple resources to ensure success. We have student success centers in every major, career development centers. From the day that you get here, we're working with you to get you ready for any type of career or major that's out there. We are an NCAA Division I school, so we've got 14 different teams, football, basketball, baseball, and we have an incredible intramural program. Out of our 10,000 student average population, about 2,600 participate in the intramurals every year. If you're looking at the flag football, if you're competitive, soccer, wrestling, anything else like that. And as a full-time student, your ID will get you into all the sports venues here at Tennessee Tech as well. But the intramural program, if you're competitive and want to get into competition, but not quite wear the collegiate uniforms and such, we have an incredible intramural program here as well. ROTC honors programs, all the rest are included as well. Residential halls and apartment style living, again, with the layout of Tennessee Tech, the campus, all of our residential halls are on the east side on the perimeter of the campus. So as soon as you walk out your doors, you're no more than 10-minute walk away from any of your classes. It is required that freshmen live on campus. If you are coming in from outside of 50-mile radius as a freshman, it is required that you live your first year on campus. I highly recommend it for all 4 years. We've got great living and learning villages within the residential halls. And again, step outside of your residential hall, you are within 10-minute walk of any of your classes. Plenty of parking on campus, both behind residential halls or for the students who are commuting as well, even to huge overflow parking lots. We have a dedicated two shuttles that go back and forth between the center of campus, bringing the students on there if they need that. Multiple on-dining campus options. We have our Chartwell's does our cafeteria and does a fantastic job for about the past 10 years. This is not your regular cafeteria dining. It is exceptionally good food. We eat there on a regular basis. We also have restaurants on campus, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, Which. We even have an Au Du Pain cafe that is inside the library. So if you're doing studying or research or anything like that, you don't have to get back to the university center for the cafeteria foods or anything. We're very health and safety conscious. We have our own clinic and pharmacy that's located within the nursing building. It's staffed by licensed doctors and nurses. They can take care of students on a regular basis. And in emergency needs, we are directly across the road from Cookeville Regional Medical Center, one of the highest ranked regional medical centers in the Southeast. And also for our police force, they're not a hired security firm. They're our actual police force. They keep us very, very safe. I have 2 sons and a daughter who will be going here soon, but my 2 sons are here, and I've never given any second thought to their safety. A very safe and health conscious campus. We can't talk about Tennessee Tech without talking about Cookeville, my hometown since '72. Very centrally located. Tennessee Tech is within the city limits, and so it's an easy walk to downtown Cookeville for a lot of great dining from privately owned and locally owned restaurants and such. There's multiple parks to visit. So we're within 45 minutes of 9 state parks. We're within 10 minutes of 2 state parks. So if you're looking at hiking, biking, outdoor activities, river walking, I didn't even know this, but Cookeville, a 50-mile radius around Cookeville, has the highest concentration of caves in the world. So if you like rock climbing or spelunking, we've got it here as well. And Tennessee Tech, most of your businesses in the area, if you bring your Tech ID in, we'll give you a discount. Cookeville loves Tennessee Tech students and is supporting them while they're here as well. And we were one of, I think it's 2017, 2018, one of the 2 that we were voted the top college town in the state of Tennessee. So very supportive. We switched to a flat rate fee tuition in this fall, beginning this fall. So if you hit 12 hours full time, there is no more tuition after that. This will get you graduating on time within 4 years. Also, if you want to do a double major or a minor or just take some fun classes, you can do that as well. You can see our room and board residence halls, the cost there, $5,100 to $8,100 per year, depending upon which option you check. Meal plans, $4,600 to $4,900, and they also have exchange dollars built into them. Of course, all these are on our website if you want to check those out as well. We have about 680 different scholarship departments that are available, both ACT, GPA, where you're from, military service, and different things. It's a single application for all of these. So once you are an admitted student at Tennessee Tech, and again, that's not a commitment, we will admit students based upon GPA and ACT scores, and then you can apply for scholarships. Be sure to apply for those scholarships before December 15th. We do it on a yearly basis. We do allow scholarship stacking. So with your Hope Scholarship coming in, you can stack departmental scholarships and academic scholarships as well. 2/3 of our students do receive some type of financial aid. Almost 40, I think it's 43 to 44% of our students do graduate debt-free. Those graduating with any debt graduate with the lowest debt in the entire Southeast. So we got you on the front end, very low cost, and on the back end, some of the highest graduate salaries of any public university in the state. To apply is very simple.
I'm sorry, but we are running out of time.
Go ahead. Just get to our website. You can apply there and send us any questions that you have. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Ted. And then our final institution is the University of Memphis.
All right. There we go. Okay. All right. So last but not least. All right. So this is, of course, the University of Memphis. My name is Sammy Morris. I serve as the admissions counselor over in East Tennessee. So without further ado, we'll begin with the University of Memphis. So just some fast facts about the university. We're, of course, the University of Memphis is located in East Memphis, Tennessee. We're about 5 miles away from downtown Memphis, but also about 5 miles away from different types of parks like Overton Park and Shelby Farms, if you're an outdoorsy type of person. Just some fast facts. We have about 22,000 plus students, but just keep in mind, this is everyone. This is including our law school. This is including the nursing campus and the Lambeth campus, which I'll talk about later in this slide. We're known for having a very diverse student population. We're diverse in many different types of ways, including the racial and socioeconomic background. So 59% female, 41% male. The student to faculty ratio is at 15:1. So that helps keep those class sizes fairly small. We're also from out of the state of Tennessee as well. So 16% of our students are from out of the state. Mississippi and Arkansas are fairly close, so we do see plenty of them, but we have applications from all over the United States. Even outside of the United States, we have 79 countries that are represented. Just a little over half of our campus population consider themselves an underrepresented group, and just a little bit over a third are first generation college students. So if that fits any of you guys, then certainly kind of know that we have a lot of different resources here on campus and people that are like you and of course not like you here on campus. Like I alluded to a little bit earlier in this slide, we are a multi-campus institution. So we do have a Lambeth campus. So you might look at that 22,000 number and think, whoa, that's actually a very, very large campus. But know that the Lambeth campus is in Jackson, Tennessee, has that smaller school type of feel, only has about 1,000 or so students there, has 25 different programs there. So if you even like that smaller school type feel, we can even fit that criteria for you. We can, no matter what you like, the big campus feel, small campus feel, we're happy to help out with that. Just about our majors. So we have 55 different majors across over 250 areas of study. So Memphis is known for being a medical hub and also a business hub. Just know that a lot of our majors do also tie in with that, like business management, nursing, health studies, but we're also known for a lot of other things like engineering, education, music. We're getting a brand new music building here in the coming years, actually. We just launched a commercial aviation program, which just now took off. But there's a lot of different things that you can do at the University of Memphis. And we also like to say there's over 250 of them, but if you can't find one, you can create one with you and 9 of your best friends and a faculty advisor over at the University College. So of course you want to go to class, you want to have good grades, and of course get that degree. I certainly like, that's what I did. I'm a University of Memphis student, loved it, but I highly encourage, no matter where you go, to get involved in student life. And at the University of Memphis, we have over 355 student organizations on campus. This includes fraternities and sororities, different types of religious groups, multicultural organizations, which have tremendous festivals throughout the duration of the year, and also community service. One of my favorite things that I like to talk about, I can talk all day about it, is Tiger Athletics. We just had a big win against UCF on ABC with our football team. We also have the number 1 ranked basketball recruiting class. We're actually number 3 right now in terms of 2021. We also have won national championships in rifle. We've participated in women's soccer, the NCAA tournament a few years ago. So Tiger Athletics is certainly something that you can get through at the Division I level. We also have our top 10 in the nation for internship placement per US World News and Report. So this is thanks to many different partnerships that we have in the city of Memphis. We're also home to the largest honors college in the state of Tennessee, the Helen Hardin Honors College. So if you're interested in honors, certainly something that you should look into. We're also home to many different intramural and club sports. So we are in the process of extending our recreation center. So even that could be expanded in the coming years, who knows? And plenty of study abroad programs, have over 200 study abroad programs, been to over 60 different countries. So this is just a little bit what you could do outside of the classroom. Now, this is the part where I like to give some general college advice. A lot of my colleagues at the University of Memphis like to use the advice, you choose a college with your head, your heart, and your pocket. Well, this is the pocket part. So this is just a breakdown of what a Tennessee student might have to pay for the upcoming semester. So you'll have to look at tuition, you'll have to look at different types of fees, housing, and meals. This is not to overwhelm you, but it's to give you an idea of, hey, these things begin to add up. But at the University of Memphis, we have different types of ways of helping you out through scholarships. So there are merit-based scholarships, which you don't have to apply for. It's whatever that you have based on your GPA and your ACT. And it's also stackable with the Hope Scholarship. So if you qualify for one of our merit-based scholarships, you would get one of them, and also the Hope as well. But of course, we have different types of departmental scholarships. These are not the only 3 departmental ones that we have, but we have a lot of ones within the College of Arts and Sciences, the Herf College of Engineering, Lowenberg College of Nursing. We have a lot of those different types of scholarships as well. So we're here to assist you, and we've done different types of measures over the past few years, including the Memphis Promise, which is for Hope and Pell eligible, so you have to be both, and it's a last dollar tuition covering scholarship. Last but certainly not least, a little bit about our admissions process. So we do a competitive application process. We like to review you holistically. So we have admission based on your high school transcript, ACT scores, and college transcripts. However, like many of the colleges here that you've heard from for today, we are test flexible for the 2021 school year. So if you haven't taken the ACT yet, no worries, we'll just deal with what you have and we'll certainly make a decision based on that. But based on some different types of statistics, we have an average GPA of a 3.52, an average ACT of a 23. So when students ask me, what's your minimum ACT, what's your minimum GPA, we don't have those, but we do have those averages. So I like to say that if you have one out of the two of those, that's a good start. If you have both of those, then you qualify for the Hope Scholarship. And one of my favorite facts about our application process, there's no essay that's required. I know being a senior in high school is certainly a stressful time, and that's just one less thing you have to worry about. And this is just a little bit about the test flexible policy. Of course, we review holistically. You don't have to submit an ACT or SAT if you don't want to, but just keep in mind for scholarships and also the honors college, we would need a test score on file for that. And of course, we are on social media. So at Memphis Admissions, all admissions counselors have their own set Memphis Instagram as well. So I'm at U of M Sammy. We also are on Facebook and Twitter. That is my email below. So if you couldn't think of a set question in the chat that we're about to have in just a few minutes, feel free to email me with any types of questions. And of course, that is the Google Voice number. So feel free to reach out if you have any additional questions. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you so much. And thank you to all of our presenters for sharing their institutions with us this evening. Unfortunately, we are out of time, so you will have to reach out individually to ask any questions that you may have. But when we close this window, there will be a link to a quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And also just a reminder that this is one of many sessions that are being offered this evening. So feel free to register for additional ones on the same website where you registered for this one. That same site is also where recordings of all sessions will be in about a week's time. Thanks so much.